Hello YouTubers, tonight we're going to look at a JavaScript challenge that I've just typed up here. So here's some things to do with JavaScript. This is for someone that understands HTML, some basics of CSS style, and it's just getting the hang of JavaScript. So you need to. This is great practice for JavaScript. All right, so 10 challenges. Okay, first one. Choose a color from a color picker. And you can do that using the input type called color. There's the input type called color. There's input types called buttons, input types called just inputs, checkboxes, etc. There's one actually called color, which is it's like an inbuilt color picker. So choose a color from the color picker, change the background color to that color. You can also name it if you like. Okay, next one. Hover over a group of colors and the background color changes as you hover over. Okay, so I'm just going to look at the first one in this video. I won't worry about reading all of them out now, but you can see them, and I challenge you to have a go at all 10 of these. Okay, I'm just going to do one at a time, one per video, and I'll see how long it takes me to get all 10 done. I'm not rushing it. I might do like one per day. Okay, well, let's start. Question 1. So I've typed out just the basic page without the JavaScript or anything calling JavaScript at this stage. So we can work through that together. And if you want to have a go at this yourself, just pause the video now, have a go at the first one about inputting the color. Actually, this title should change. Instead of input the color, I'll just say pick a color. Pick a color and have the background change to that color. All right, I'll do the same as the title there. Pick a color. Have the background change to that color. Okay, and then pick the color, change the background color to the color you've picked on click. Now let's have a look at what this this basic page looks like. I've just chosen a color, default color for the background. I've called it rosy brown, which is actually a color. So let's have a look at that. Okay, so this is the basics, what the page will look like. Pick a color and have the background. I did have the background changed. Oh, here we go. Have the background changed to that color. Okay. Okay, there we go. Pick a color and have the background change to that color. Background color change to that color. It's all good. Now pick a color. So I'm going to put the color picker just here after where we've got pick a color, and then change the color. So we're going to have this. Once you click that button, we're going to have the background color change to the color in the color picker. And then also, if you're curious about the how to write that color in the hexadecimal format, let's just check what that means. What does hexadecimal mean? Sorry, I sometimes go off on a tangent. Relating to or using a system of numerical notation that has a 16 rather than 10 as its base. Okay, so A, B, C, D, E, F. Yeah, so it's a set of 16 digits as its base instead of 10. Yeah, all right. It's hard to sometimes get your head around base 16, but that's what it is. All right, off to the challenge. All right, here we go. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the section down the bottom here. So we're going to put an input after pick a color. All right, so going to put input, and this is an ID that you're going to call with a JavaScript. And we're just going to call this one page color. Just my mic here. Page color is the idea of this input, and the most important part is the type, which is of type color, American spelling. Okay, let's just have a look at what that looks like. Cool, isn't it? Inbuilt color picker. Wow. Okay, so next step is change the background color to the color you've picked. So when we click on that, we're going to have the background color change to that color. And when we click on this, we're going to have the hexadecimal name of that color. Okay, so it's not that hard. Let's have a look how to do that. All right, so we've got this ID. Might just put a little bit of space in there between that and the next line. Okay. Now on this button here, change color. All right, so I'm going to give this button an ID. I'm going to call that one, we'll just call it something that's memorable. So we'll just call it change color. And then to call the JavaScript, on click event handler. And we're going to call make a JavaScript function. We'll call that same as the ID. We're just going to call it change color. All right, and we'll do the other one. Well, actually, we'll do it one by one. That's easier. So we'll go up to the script section, and we'll just do the change color one first. Function change color. All right. Now, all right. Just make sure I'm recording here. Yep, it's all on. Variable is X. We'll just make any variable X. Okay. And you can call it whatever you like. Okay, so X is assigned to, we're going to get the value of the color picker. Okay, in order to get the value of that color picker, we're going to go use the DOM. We'll go document dot get. The capitalization is very important, so the case is very important when you type in these JavaScript commands here. So get element by capital there, capital B, and ID. All right, and this is, we're going to get the ID of the color pickers, which is just page color. Okay. And the type color, the input type color has a value. So whatever you choose is actually recorded automatically in the value of the of that element. Okay, and so we've got the value of it, and we're going to put change the background color of the page to that value. So using the DOM again, document dot body dot style dot background color. You can say background or background color actually, Java. But just background color is good, and that is assigned to X. All right, let's check that out. Save that, refresh the page, choose a color. There we go. And it's changed the color. How cool is that? And green. Alrighty. And now we're going to find the name of that color. Okay, so just another function we're going to put down in the bottom area. Okay, so this button, we're going to define a on-click action for that one as well. Okay, we're going to call that ID, just give it hexaname is fine. And then on-click, we're going to call that JavaScript function hname, standing for the hexadecimal name. Okay. Actually, they're meant to be in double quotations here. Xname, hname. Okay. And we're going to put the result of that in this span here, and we'll give that span an ID as well. So that ID is we'll call it a little bit different than that one. We'll just call it hname. I mean, it's best if you just you don't have to have, capitalization of the second word. You can develop your own style as to how you're going to name it. Okay, as long as you be relatively consistent, in how you do things, just to make it easier for yourself. Okay, so we've named them down here in the HTML, the IDs and the JavaScript functions. Now we're going to make the JavaScript function, hname function. Okay, so go up to the top again, function hname. Okay, oops, curly brackets are next. Get it right. And curly brackets there. Again, just any variable name's fine. Call it y. Okay, and now y. We'll get the page color again, so we can just copy the same line as up the top there. So y is assigned to document.getElementById page color.value, and then we will put that value. So on click, we're going to get the value of the page color up there, and we're going to put it in the span of ID hname. Okay, so we're going to go using the DOM again, document dot get element by ID. Make sure we name it correctly. So this is hname. So these IDs should be unique in the page, and then this term here, inner HTML, is how you access that part of in between, like spans or divs or a paragraph, any space where you have two tags that have, you can do things in between them, like paragraph or a heading, the tag pairs where there's a space in the middle, you can assign that to a value. Okay, so this it's called inner HTML, and the last 4 letters HTML need to be all in uppercase, so that is going to be assigned to y. Alright, and that's all it is. Let's try that out. Alright, so pick a color, do the green again, change the color, find the name of the color. Oh, what have I done wrong there? Let's check that. So it's not doing it. So one way to check is hname.innerHTML. Let's check what's going on there. That's correct. That's correct. Y document.get element by ID h name dot inner HTML assigned to Y. Okay, that's all good. And okay, I might just put a alert in here. One way to test my code. Alert. Yo, yo. And that'll just let me know if it's actually getting to that section of the code. Pick a color. Change the color. Find the name. Yo, yo. There it is. I don't know what happened the first time. I must have saved it. There we go. Alright, so it is actually working. It was all good. I'll try it again. Aqua. Change the color. Find the name of the color. Yo, yo. Okay, so I'll just take that alert out. It was just a matter that I didn't save it properly. There we go. And try that again. Yellow. Grayish yellow. And almost green, that one. Find the name of the color in hexadecimal format. Hash 9D9F3C. Let's just get red. Change color. What's red? So RGB. So red is towards the upper end of the red areas. So a high number for. So F2. Let's just do one more thing. We're going to have a spot where we can type in a hexadecimal name and then change the color of the page to that. Just for fun. Okay, so we're going to make input. Input. ID, sign to. Change C. Change color. And value. Sign to enter. Enter the hexa number. Enter the number. Enter the hexa number or hexadecimal number. Hexadecimal number. Input. All right, and then up here, actually, on click we need to do. So value and then on click. No, we're going to make another button. Sorry, button. Just call it button. On click. Assign to. Change me. No. Change B. Change H. I'll do something simple like that. And okay, button wording. Change color in the button. Okay, so now we'll just make a function called change H at the top there. Function change H. And copy. Okay, we'll make it Z. X, Y, Z or Z? Yeah. Australians get influenced by both Americans and British, so we sometimes say both as Z. So Z is assigned to the document.get element by ID, and this one is we've called it change C with a small c. Make sure we get the case right. So change C is the ID of call this one of the input value here, where we input the hexadecimal number. Alright, so we've got that, and then we'll just do the same thing as the first part actually. We do change the document.body.style, the background color is assigned to Z. Alright, so let's try that. Into the hexadecimal number. So it's a hash followed by 6 numbers or letters from A to F. So we got 1F, 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 what's that? It's a grey kind of color. Cool. Well, that worked. I wonder if it will work if we just write red. Is that going to work? Yeah, that works as well. So we can either type in a color name, as in apricot. No, that's not actually a color. I don't think that is a color, is it? No. But there are some of them work, like dark green, or purple. Yeah, so there's actually some pretty unusual colors that actually do work. I'm not sure if amber is a color. Funny enough, some of the common ones don't actually work. Rosy brown. That works. Okay, so yeah, so there's a few things we've done today. We picked a color. Can't actually see how to get brown from that color pick of it. Oh yeah, it's somewhere there. It's kind of brown, isn't it? Then change the color and find the color name. And if we want to just write something else like A, how about AA, A24C? Doesn't really change it much, does it? AA994C. A little bit different there. A bit more green, and then a bit more blue, say 77. Cool. Alright, so there we go. Question 1 is complete. Hope you enjoyed it.